we kidding me? Come on, Antoine Roussel. Come on, man. This is always like the best kind of video that we could go out there and make because it tickles my fancy for both of my two favorite teams. Because when it comes to former Vancouver Canuck Antoine Roussel, he's very obviously a French guy. And not like a Montreal, Quebec City French guy. No, he's like from France. So when it comes to Roussel, who happens to be very well spoken, by the way, like no disrespect to Roussel, of course, but when it comes to Roussel, he does have radio hits and TV segments sometimes with Montreal media. French-speaking Montreal Canadiens based discussion media. And once in a while, we go over some of the takes that he has. It's always a good time, and it's great for me because it targets my two primary demographics, Canucks fans and Canadiens fans. So let's go out there and talk about the crazy thing that Antoine Roussel said this time. And our source is lapresse.ca. Take a look at this. It's the Exit Zone Podcast, Season 5, Episode number 63, a finale marked by dirty tricks. Now, of course, you can assume, what are they talking about, a finale? Yeah, they're talking about the Stanley Cup Finals, dirty tricks. They're talking about Leon Draisaitl, Sam Bennett, Warren Foegele, the dirtiness that has been thrown out there in these first two games and ensuing Game 3 later today. But when it comes to the audio, the full podcast is indeed available. It's 64 minutes long. I'm not going to go out there and make you listen to the entire thing, but what I wanted to do was go over a comment made by Antoine Roussel. There is a 1 minute and 29 second snippet of this comment, but Antoine Roussel, of course, it's in French, he goes out there and says this: I don't want to make headlines by saying that I want to trade him, but if it's 1-for-1 or a little bit more, and you have to trade Cole Caufield to acquire Martin Necas, I do it. And there's a lot of context that you need to listen to for Roussel to explain his point, but in the 1 minute and 29 second segment that exists on the website, as well as in the 60-minute podcast itself, it's enough of a conversation, I think, to get things going and for us to make a YouTube video about it, because when I hear crazy ideas like this, I want to go out there and talk about them. So let's discuss Cole Caufield for Martin Necas 1-for-1. Now, me personally, hell nah, bro. I'm not doing that. No, like, Cole Caufield is still so young. 23 years old. I get it, you could say Necas is 25. Okay, great. Martin Necas at 25 years old is maybe better than what Cole Caufield is right now. Great. But if you wanted to compare and contrast the two players, this is where Elite Prospects really comes in clutch here. Let's use the player comparison tool here to make our point. When it comes to both of these guys, I feel like if Cole Caufield ends up becoming the player that Martin Necas is today, you're kind of, do I want to say you're expecting it in a way? Cole Caufield just wrapped up his 22-year-old year. 65 points, 82 games played, 28 goals, 37 assists. When Martin Necas was 22, he had 40 points in 78 games played. He had 14 goals and 26 assists. Cole Caufield was a better player. Now, if you wanted to go to 21, you can say that the point per game numbers were actually pretty similar. Necas, at 21 years old, had 41 points in 53 games. Caufield had 36 points in 46 games. Caufield has a slight edge in that respect. If you want to go over to age 20, yeah, same thing. Caufield was better. The only difference is, Cole Caufield, of course, has not played his 23-year-old year, nor his 24-year-old year, like Necas has twice. So, Cole Caufield doesn't have the numbers to compare to Martin Necas in the previous 2 seasons worth of play, but right now, I mean, look, Caufield already outscored Martin Necas just this year. 65 points in 82 games compared to Necas' 53 points in 77 games. I get it, Necas had a 70-point year last year, and you could very well make the debate that because he was given a lesser role, because Seth Jarvis was prioritized more over Necas, that's why his point production decreased. But honestly, if you're taking a look at Cole Caufield 2 years from now, and he's as good as Necas was last year, I feel like that's kind of the expectation, no? People want to see this. People expect this. People think that Caufield is a guarantee to do this. Of course, I say guarantee. Nobody's gonna say it's a guarantee, but it's as close of a guarantee as you can get when you think about the way hockey prospects and players progress and how they get better and the skills that they have. Cole Caufield is kind of going through a little bit of a goal scorer's lull. Honestly, like, he had 28 goals in 82 games this year, but he had 26 goals in half the amount of games last year. So if Marty St. Louis is able to bring Cole Caufield's goal scoring back up, if Caufield is able to recover his shoulder or whatever it is that people are saying is causing him to slow down his goal production for next season and beyond, then okay, great, be my guest, Cole. Please start putting more pucks in the back of the net. You gotta remember as well, Martin Necas has not had a goal-productive season that has been better than Cole Caufield's. Martin Necas had 28 goals last year in 71 games, yes, but that's the same amount of goals that Cole Caufield had in his career high this previous season. Cole Caufield had that 26-goal year in 46 games. If he did the 82-point pace in that season, he would have been on pace for like 45. It's crazy just how good Cole Caufield is right now, and to discredit the potential of what he could be in the future by saying you'd trade him right away for a guy who's producing arguably the same amount of points as an older player in Martin Necas, I'm sorry, I don't buy it, I don't feel it. Antoine Roussel, he's got the argument, it's all there in the video that is linked in the description, or the audio, excuse me, I should say, but it's getting to a point now where with this Cole Caufield idea getting tossed out there, I really start to question what NHL media people are thinking about this guy. Because this isn't the first Cole Caufield trade idea that has circulated around the internet the past few weeks here. There was the entire Cole Caufield to Utah conversation that we didn't even entertain. We didn't make a video about that. I didn't want to. But now we're talking about Caufield and Necas, if that's a one-for-one trade. Like, one-for-one too. Are you kidding? Come on. Roussel even says if it's Caufield and a little bit extra to get Martin Necas. Like, sure, I get it. Necas is great, and the Carolina Hurricanes have sky-high expectations for what they're going to get in exchange for that, but I feel like Cole Caufield is a sky-high potential quality prospect too, so trading him away, of all people, for Martin Necas, I don't think that's a good idea at all. If anything, I think it doesn't really do anything to the Canadiens. You take out Caufield and you put in Necas, what exactly is improving there? Forget about the numbers, forget about the goals, forget about the points, just talk about the way the team plays. You know what would be great? If you had Caufield and Necas. You traded away a defensive prospect or whatever to get that guy onto your team, and you have Necas and Caufield sharing the power play together. That'd be awesome. Not taking one of them out and putting the other one in. Their games are so offensively tuned anyway that I think it'd be kind of net neutral if you were to replace them one for one. Never mind the age difference and the progression difference that you could say exists there. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Montreal Canadiens fans, how do you feel about Antoine Roussel's trade idea that goes out there and says that if he had the choice, he would trade Caufield for Necas straight up one for one? He says in the audio, I don't want to make headlines by saying this, but I'm sorry, Antoine. This isn't technically a headline. This is a YouTube video. It's me in my bedroom talking about whatever it is that I want to talk about to folks online who are so very graciously courteous to give me the time of day to allow myself into their eardrums. But other than that, you know, you say stuff on podcasts, it gets caught by media, and people start talking about it. So let me know your thoughts, Canadiens fans. How do you feel about trading away Caufield for Necas one for one? I think I kind of know where this comment section is going to go, but either way, I still want to hear your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.